everybody. It is Wednesday here on Fox 26, Foodies and Friends, another incredible Houston Restaurant Weeks edition of this incredible foodie show. My friend, owner, general manager, chef, Xavier Godoy. We are at his newly purchased Weights and Measures. You guys might know him from Mastrantos because he's been there for a long time. We got a lot to talk about.
Of course.
Thank you so much for being with us today, and lots of really fun things for you, huh?
Yeah, it's actually a pleasure to be here, Katie.
New restaurant, new dishes. We've got some chefs to meet. We've got some good dishes to look at, and so yeah, I'm excited.
We're two.
You got two Houston Restaurant Weeks participants this
That's
year.
right. That's the first time. So
two horses in the
looking
race.
forward to it.
All right, so we're going to take a look at this first dish right here up on the foodie cam, which is absolutely a summer themed dish, and Xavier's going to tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here.
Yeah, here we have the Texas summer fruit, what we call it, and it's mainly because it's, vegetables that are actually fruits in a way. So we combine a great pesto, basil pesto on the very bottom with a burrata cheese and then very fresh ingredients.
Let's go.
Can never go wrong.
You know what? It's when you make these combinations like this, and then you add the special sauce, and you got the colors.
That's right.
And
That's right.
it's just a killer combination. Now, is this? I'm interested in, because this is a new restaurant for you guys. How familiar are you with the menu, and what kinds of changes are you going to make?
Yeah, that's actually interesting because we took over about 6-7 weeks ago. So from the get-go, we wanted to honor what Weights and Measures has done so well for the last 10 years. And we wanted to keep some of those old traditional recipes and menu items, but we also wanted to bring some of what people have loved, our guests have loved so much at Mastrantos, and this is one of those examples. This is a very fresh salad. When you combine watermelon with pesto, it's something you would never think about, but then you're like, how come I didn't think about this before?
Why is this the first time?
So we brought
the variety.
Exactly. So and that's the thing, you're gonna combine the flavors. So we brought items like this that we know the guests love.
Oh!
It's perfect, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Really
And once you get the pesto on the bottom, that's where the magic happens.
So is this a dish that was existing, or you
No.
brought this over already?
This one we brought it over.
Wow,
You'll see today
okay.
a few things that
Yeah.
are new and some others that are existing. So yeah, we brought it over from Mastrantos.
That's some good burrata.
It is great. Yeah, it is very fresh. All the ingredients are fresh, and that's the key to this. You can make this at home anytime.
Yes.
It's just fresh ingredients. There's nothing magic here. It's just doing it right with the right techniques on the pesto, and then the rest will happen by itself.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at another dish, but I did notice that you are keeping in the theme of Weights and Measures, which is it's a sharing dish. This is something, bring the kids, bring the
Exactly.
fam, order a couple of things, and just put it on the table. All right, next dish. Thank you. What are we looking at?
Okay, this is probably one of the most, it's the most sold item at Mastrantos.
The most sold item. Oh,
Yes,
wonderful.
and we brought it over, and actually it's becoming the most sold here too.
Such a short period of time. It must be good.
It is, it's addictive. It's a crowd pleaser. The way we took this to the rodeo competition. We got a lot of traction, and it was the best bites. And then now we're competing with at HEB to take this as a wholesale item as well. So it is the best way to put it. It's called a Texqueño because it's a tequeño the size of Texas. A tequeño is a Venezuelan item that it's in every table since you're a kid. We brought it up and we made it different. We made it huge because we're in Texas, of course.
Of course.
And over here, what you have is simple. The best cheese stick you ever had in your life.
So it's a cheese stick.
That's
I
it.
still didn't even know what I was looking at. Okay. So I didn't know if it was a plant or I thought maybe some kind of fruit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's made by hand.
Okay.
It's my wife's and partner recipe.
So it's cheese.
Exactly. So, and the cheese, by the way, it's here made in Texas.
Okay.
It's a Venezuelan type cheese. The pastry, it's a savory pastry recipe, so it's just a crowd pleaser. Honestly, you can't go wrong with this.
Okay.
It's amazing.
All right.
I gotta have a bite. Can I do that?
You may, yes. However, okay, just wait. Hold on. This is. You guys, you're gonna just die.
Mm.
Okay.
Good as always.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Glad to hear.
Like, never had anything like this in my life. Never seen anything like this in my life. Like, it's just cheese. It's fried cheese, and there's a lot of seasonings in here. But the sauce is incredible.
It is.
And I taste a little bit of garlic, maybe a little bit of...
It's a cilantro sauce. Again,
Cilantro.
also my wife's recipe. She grew up with these items at home, and she decided to... This is a project of her own, and it's taking off very well. And now we're offering everywhere we can. We actually had a meeting this morning with a coffee shop in town to start bringing this to those. But back to...
I want this at my coffee shop, is what I'm telling you, because this is life-changing.
It is good. So this will be on Restaurant Weeks.
Oh, let's go! Yes.
Of course. Both of those items will be on Restaurant Weeks.
Okay.
So you have something very fresh, something to share, to have fun with, or you bring a kid. That's all he
my
gets.
son. I'm taking my son for sure. And I'm glad that you mentioned that it will be on the Houston Restaurant Weeks menu, because a lot of restaurants do put their best-selling items on the menu, as a way to kind of get people in the door, and it's something that you're familiar with. But a lot of restaurants also will put some new items on the menu.
Agreed.
Too.
Yeah.
Just to kind of see how they do, and that's I think it's one of the benefits of Houston Restaurant Weeks, because it gives you the opportunity to put something in front of a lot of people, and then a lot of times it ends up sticking.
I agree. And we're doing that at the other restaurant, I'm Sorrento's. We're bringing tartare with lamb that we want to try, and we've done it in the past, but we want to see with volume how it works. So
exactly.
we do traditional with new items as well. I agree with you.
And Xavier, did you ever get a chance to meet my mom, Beverly?
Of course, we talk a lot, not in person. We're new restaurant owners, so we started our first HRW 2020.
Okay. Yep. So that was
2019.
Yep.
2019, actually.
Okay.
2019.
My mama.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
So it was we met the whole system recently when we opened, because we opened in January 2019, so it was only a few months. So I didn't get a chance to meet her in person. We talked on the phone plenty. Via email, and
well, that's good. At least you got to talk.
We got the love.
Yeah.
Yes, we
you
did.
got them.
Yes, we did.
Speaking of love, you guys are gonna love this next dish up here on the Foodie Cam. I'm very excited to taste it because it looks right up my alley.
Yes.
And, yeah.
So to expand on this, it's probably the most boring name that we have on our menu. It's called Carrots Over Carrots, and when people read that, it's like, what are you talking about? So Chef has done a tremendous job here. This is how simplicity is done in a great way. This is a carrot hummus that I have it by itself. I have it with fish. I have it with a salad only. I have it with chips. But Tony brought in an idea that has taken off, which is, instead of doing chips and hummus, do it in a healthy way. So he brought in baby grilled carrots that he does in the oven roasted here, and then with the carrot hummus on the top, it finishes with a great seasoning, which is za'atar, and then you just use the carrots as a chip, and then you just dip into it, and it's a great shared item.
I really love this idea, and I love how conscientious operators and chefs are these days. So much more conscientious, I would say, in the last 5 years, right? Yeah.
Well, this one and summer fruit salad, for example, great for gluten-free people.
Yes, which is
exactly. So yes, you can devour the gluten in a way, but you can also do things like this in the restaurant week menu or our regular menu. You don't have to go the gluten route, even though we do pastas great, we do pizzas, we do breads, but we have amazing gluten-free items that are addictive.
And I love that. And I do bread, but very small quantities.
Of course.
Yeah, very, very small. So many restaurants have so many gluten-free options, and it's a lot easier than I think a lot of people think. If you're trying to stay away from fried foods or just bread in general, there's just so many great options, especially when you're reinventing things like this. I've never heard of carrot hummus. I want to try some carrot hummus.
William, you're about to have something amazing. I love it.
All day. Goodness, yeah.
All day long.
You could do it with anything.
Anything.
Literally anything. You could do it with You could put cheese. I mean, anything.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there is no limit. So it's a great way to start the meal. It will be, I think, at Mastrantos, we will have it for Restaurant Week. I'm not sure about it. Yes.
Yeah, no, that's great. Okie dokie, you guys.
Okay.
Getting into the dishes we really love. The classics. What are we looking at?
So this used to be called chilaquiles. And we made a tweak into the presentation and some of the flavors. Now it's called Yucatan tostada. So this is one of the most sold during brunch time here. And honestly, this is Houston in a nutshell, pretty much. You have, Latin influences on the mole that goes with the short ribs that you will find there. Then you have, a Tex-Mex approach without being too venturous, but at the same time, fried egg on top. And once you break that into the whole tostada and the black beans and the salsa that's made fresh here, it's amazing.
Now, you are making a lot of really great additions and changes, and you're really moving. Where are you traditionally getting your inspiration for your dishes, other than maybe what you maybe grew up with or family?
Luckily enough, we had the chance to live in many different countries on our previous lives. So we're not restaurant owners since we grew up with. We actually are engineering background and HR background.
Which I think is really beneficial, by the way.
I think so.
Yeah, I know this.
Yeah, so we lived in different countries, traveled most of all countries except Paraguay in Latin America, traveled through Europe too. So we wanted to bring, what Houston is requesting, because it's such a diverse city.
Oh my God.
That's delicious.
Wait.
And gluten-free, by the way.
Wait. Xavier. You're not going to get rid of me.
This is a
Ribbon. I should mention. I didn't even mention my beloved co-host. He's out sick today, but he would be going nuts right now if he was here.
Yeah, that's you can have that in any time of the day, to be honest.
Very, very good.
I love that.
So your experience in travel, other industries,
yes,
has helped.
Well, I was a guest, so I could taste flavors around the world. And then when we came back to Houston in 2010, this idea started. It's when we said, okay, Houston is the most diversified city in this country.
It is.
Why don't we bring these flavors and present it in a way? We get inspired by traditional dishes, but we try to venture outside of the, of the waffle box, if you will, in a good way. So the carrot hummus is a good example.
Very good.
The Tex-Can is another example. You'll get some other dishes that you'll figure out, like, we can do traditional, like the dish is about to come in, but we also like to bring flavors from around.
Yeah, no, that's great. So, I want to mention that you guys have a whole bar.
Yes,
right? Yeah,
of course.
Whole bar and bakery too. We're going to talk about that in a second. But
yes, this is a strawberry basil lemonade. So it's a lemonade for adults, if you want to say that.
Oh, it is an alcoholic beverage.
It is an alcohol.
Good.
I mean, you can do it. You can do it mocktail, which happens a lot. Even the kids do it.
Oh, good, yeah.
But you can do it brunch time. This is a great way to start.
Totally.
Salted ram on the side, and it's just a good combo of something fresh during the summer. So we rotate the drinks during the based on the season.
So you guys do brunch year round?
Yes.
Year round. Saturdays and Sundays?
Saturdays and Sunday, 10 a.m., 9:30 actually. So we get a morning crowd, 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m.
9:30 to 3, and probably recommend reservations for
So
that.
brunch is our busiest shift. We're known for a brunch spot, and we are actually highlighted, and even more and more, we're putting a lot of love into that.
Yeah.
So
lean into it. Might as well, for sure.
Exactly. So it's a brunch spot, to be honest, and it gets very busy. So highly recommend the reservations ahead of time. That way, you're sure you have a table.
The good thing is, I do want to mention, because I go to a lot of restaurants, and
I bet.
as you guys know, my mama went to a lot of restaurants, and you start to develop, your preferences. Some people might like valet, some people might not like valet. I like having ample parking.
And
I like being able to park my car and walk into the restaurant, and you can do that here.
You can, and you're in Midtown, which is not typical.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to park in this side of the city,
Yes,
but
it is.
luckily enough, We have enough space inside our facility, our parking lot, but also in the street. I mean, Carline Street has been remodeled and it's fully done at this point.
Yep.
So you have plenty of parking. You don't have to
a
worry
lot of
about
parking.
and no parking. You don't have to pay for parking.
Yeah, no pay for parking too. That's good. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to switch out our guests right now. We're going to take a look at this dish right here. I'm going to have you talk about this dish.
Okay.
I'm going to bring you guys the chef because I want to talk to the chef and get you guys to know who is making all of this wonderful food. But tell us what this dish is here right now.
Talking about tradition, you can't get more traditional than this on a breakfast time, and especially brunch. So we get a traditional breakfast, American breakfast, done in an elegant way, but very approachable. The jam is made in house, and the best part is that biscuit is a country biscuit, also made in house. Potatoes look simple, but they're amazing. Combine that with the butter and jam, and you'll come back for those.
Now, what kind of jam is this?
Tony?
Chef.
Hi, how are you?
Chef Tony Castillo joining us here live on Fox 26. Foodies and Friends, going to help us. Well, you're going to help us eat.
Yeah,
You're going to have a bite.
absolutely. Well, I'll probably steal the biscuit.
What is the
My favorite.
jam? What's the?
So the jam, we kind of change it from time to time. Sometimes we'll do peach, sometimes we'll do strawberry. Just whatever's in season.
Yeah.
The fan favorite obviously is strawberry, but we do change it
You know, like
from time
fresh
to time.
jelly biscuits, you guys.
Oh yeah, this is what I'm normally eating every brunch.
Go. One more. Let's go. Come on. You want me to do another one? One more. Photographer. Big serving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that I dislike on breakfast is not getting my money's worth. And so a continental breakfast like this, you kind of want to you want to be full when you eat breakfast to start your day.
And what is the cost of this dish?
I would say about 18.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you're getting a lot.
You're getting a lot.
Yeah.
Biscuit, everything's made in house except for the bacon. Obviously, I can't take credit for that. That's.
I mean, I would probably be taking at least half of this home for another meal later
You'd be
on.
surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people say that and then they finish it all.
Now, Tony, I know that you are a little new to town. Yes, kind of new. Been here 4 or 5 years.
No, I've been here actually.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Hold on. New to this restaurant. Yes.
Yes, so
Yeah.
I'm also one of the chefs at Restaurantos.
Okay. Yep. So at
So-
Restauranto. So you've had experience with Houston Restaurant Weeks before.
I have.
So Weights and Measures obviously has been a long-time participant of Houston Restaurant Weeks, and so we're excited.
Yes.
We were talking to Xavier earlier. We're excited about all these new dishes. And speaking of new dishes, what's this one?
So this one's going to be our arepa pork belly. So what we did
Woo.
at Restaurantos, we feature some traditional stuff from Venezuela, which is going to be an arepa. And we wanted to bring it over here. It's kind of some of what our identity is. So we ended up doing kind of like a Benedict, but with an arepa instead of an English muffin. So you get your hollandaise sauce, you get the avocado, and then you get braised pork belly.
Wow. I don't think I've seen a dish like this before. And the sauce is
It's a traditional hollandaise
traditional
sauce.
hollandaise. So it's got a little bit of
Yeah.
the traditional, a little bit of the new. All right, I'm going to taste this.
So what you're gonna get on this is kind of like what we're doing at both restaurants is where Houston's going. Houston is a very diverse city, and it's growing even more with diversity.
Yes.
You'll get different people from different parts of Latin America, Asia, and so it's kind of a mosh posh from what we do on our food.
Yeah.
We kind of blend more food.
And in that, though, is probably for you as a chef and an artist, because really, it's not just about making the food. You're really putting it together as a very artistic process, you know?
Well, I mean, what we say at Restaurantos, and when I talk to all our regulars, is kind of like back in the day when they were creating these recipes, they didn't have what we had today, which is Amazon Prime or
Sure.
access to new ingredients.
The newest ingredient that you can get from the furthest point in the world,
Exactly.
you never thought you could have.
No, absolutely. And so I come from a person with a multicultural background, half Hispanic and half Filipino. So you kind of get that in all our dishes.
Yeah.
Kind of mix.
I love that. Yeah, I love that, for sure. That's incredible.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of our most popular items.
Yeah.
And we kind of did it and not knowing that it would become popular, but it became very popular.
No, that's awesome, for sure. sure.
And one of the things that I know Xavier touched on is that a lot of our items here, although we do make pizzas, we do make pastas, a lot of our items are very gluten-free. We're trying to, without even knowing that we do it.
You know what? And it's definitely a trend. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. It's definitely a trend. A lot of chefs that I talk to, they actually prefer to eat gluten-free or to serve gluten-free just because they are seeing the health benefits and they're understanding, why maybe this, ingredient is better in this dish. And I love that. That's what we were talking about. I love that because it just makes everybody feel, I personally feel better when I don't eat gluten. So it's in the restaurant's best interest to make you feel good, I guess, right?
So, and then you also don't fill up as much.
Yeah.
So you're able to try more items.
You can eat more food. Imagine that, you guys. All right, talking about eating more food. We got a pizza. You guys got good pizza here.
So one of the things when we took over this restaurant was the carrot pizza.
Wait. Stop. What?
The carrot pizza.
Carrot pizza.
Yes, so this is a staple here. Even before we got here, we definitely want to pay homage to it. So for those people that think that we are going to take it off the menu, it is not going anywhere. We have been in talks with the original, the chef that opened Weights and Measures, with all the original recipes to bring it to its highlighted form. I mean, Guy Fieri came in here and that's kind of his favorite pizza here.
This was his favorite pizza?
Yes.
So this is a dish that people should know about, for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
So not making any changes to this?
No.
Yeah, all right. I've never had this carrot pizza. I'm going to go in.
Well, and also when you look at it, it's almost similar to our carrots over carrots.
Yeah.
So without even knowing that was here.
I mean, I love everything I'm seeing. Yes. Okay.
I
know why this is Mr. Fieri's favorite.
I would take a bite, but I already had one before you got here.
I believe you. No, and I like everything about this. I like how thin.
Yes.
And doughy, and then it's just got the perfect. You guys see? From New Jersey, I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about pizza. You guys, look. See how it's like just a little bit burnt on the other side? Perfect. Very nice. I'm so impressed.
Thank you.
I'm so impressed. All right, got a drink? What do you think about this drink, Chef?
I do. It's going to be our Venezuelan passion. We incorporated basically Latin American flavors into a mojito.
Very
it
good.
has passion fruit inside of a mojito.
Passion fruit inside of a mojito. All right, Chef, tell everybody your hours of operation, and can we find you here or at Mastranto's?
So I will be here and at Mastranto's, but mostly here for the time being.
I need a dish, please. Thank you.
And then our hours of operations, so Tuesday through Friday, we're open from 11 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And then on the weekends, we open for brunch at 9:30 to 3 o'clock. And then from 3 o'clock to 10 o'clock, it's dinner. So
we know that brunch is a good idea to make reservations, but what about regular dine-in service during the week? Is it pretty easy to just walk in and get a seat?
I would say it's pretty easy, but we always prefer reservations. With the restaurant, you can't expect anything.
Sure. All right. I know what this is, but I'm going to let Chef describe it for those of you who have not seen this dish, but it's got a little twist I can see, so Chef's going to explain.
So this is going to be our chorizo carbonara, or we like to call it our H-Town carbonara. When we created it, there's a funny backstory to it. Xavier, as you met before, was a traditionalist. We had a joke. I was like, well, I'm going to make a carbonara that's not traditional, and I'm going to do very Kingstonian. And so we incorporated Mexican chorizo.
Yeah.
And when it came out, it was surprising to both. But
surprising how good it was, or how popular it was?
Well, how good it was.
How good it was, yeah.
And it just worked well. And then once we originally started giving it to the guests for trial at Mastranto's.
Just to see.
And then now it's become one of our staples over there. It's one of those must try. And then it kind of throws traditionalists off their seats.
Are you okay with this, Xavier? This dish? Are you sitting okay with this dish now that it's so popular? A little different.
Not only the popular side is how good it is.
Oh!
It's like breakfast for dinner on a pasta dish.
Oh my goodness. I can't even. I mean...
It's something you never tried before.
No, I haven't. Oh my gosh. You guys. You guys. Where's Mr. Jim Beal? He needs to have some of this.
So what? Yeah. So when I say Houstonian, this for me screams Houston. I mean, because you can't go anywhere in Houston without chorizo, breakfast tacos.
And here you have it all in one. So
in a pasta.
Yeah, in a pasta. Any way for that to find its way onto the Houston Restaurant Weeks menu?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so. I think that would be a really popular seller. There's a lot of very popular dishes that are going on your Houston Restaurant Weeks menu, which is really good because it gives the diners a chance to try more than one dish.
Yes,
yeah.
And I believe this will also be at Masaranto.
Very good, very good. All right, we are ready for our next dish. We've got a few more minutes here in the show. One more after this. You want to tell us what we're taking a look at here?
Okay, so this is going to be our ragu bolognese. It is the first dish that we had at Masarantos, and we could not bring it over here. And so what it is, it's a regular, our traditional bolognese, but we do it with caccioese pasta, which is going to be like kind of like a thicker, twisty pasta, short pasta.
And I love it. And I love when restaurants are incorporating it because it's so good.
Oh yeah, it's more meaty. It's fun. It's just a fun
type
of pasta.
Kids like it too.
Absolutely.
Kids. Yeah.
That's what we use
it's
for
like giant spaghetti.
Our butter parm.
Yeah.
So a lot of kids love it, and this is kind of like a staple for us. This and the carrots over carrots were the first dish that we brought over.
Yeah. Very, very good. I love this. I want to try the sauce. One little bite of the sauce here. Very good. Oh yes, very good. And dessert. Not forget dessert. Here we go. I have no idea what this is, Chef.
Well, Masarantos is a pasta shop. And so why can't you have pasta all the way through? So we created a chocolate pasta.
Wait. No, you didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, you didn't.
So we incorporated the pasta dough with cocoa flour.
This is pasta dough?
It is.
No, it's...
And we fry it.
Wait.
And stuff it with more chocolate.
Wait. No.
And then serve it with Nutella.
There's Nutella in this. Y'all are just making some magic in this place. Like,
Thank you.
This is magic. It smells like magic. Wait. Is it just Nutella? What else is in here?
So what we did is we took chocolate Nutella and we've infused it with some cream cheese.
That's what it is.
And orange extract.
Oh my goodness. Never had anything like this before. Incredible.
Well, thank you.
I'm so impressed. And you know, I've done TV here before. Ruben and I have done morning show here a couple of years ago for Houston Restaurant Weeks. But I never really got the chance to try a lot of the dishes. And I've had a lunch here before, but I just had salad, you know, so I didn't really get a chance to try. And I am just blown away. I'm blown away. And I can understand why you guys have so much passion in what you're doing because the food is so good and you're making such good food and you want to share it with the world, for sure.
Oh, yeah. We definitely want to showcase the diversity of Houston, honestly. We want it to be where Houston's going. And not just in just architecturally diversity in the people, but as well as the cuisines.
Yeah, for sure. How are we doing on time, Cindy?
Good. We're now at 3:29.
Okay. We are gonna, I guess we're joined here, so we'll wrap up. We'll just we'll wrap up here. So say thank you guys to both of you. It's the first time I'm meeting you guys in person. I've met your lovely wife, Marisol, who I've been emailing with for several years, and I want to say thank you guys both for your support. This is the 20th anniversary for Houston Restaurant Weeks this year. Yeah, so we will be surpassing $20 million to the Houston Food Bank, which is biggest food bank in the world, you guys. So definitely time to start thinking about what you're going to be doing in August. Maybe drop a few pounds like I'm doing before we get to August. And then the menus go live on July 15th. But remember to stay tuned to Fox 26 because they will have all of the exclusive live coverage of Houston Restaurant Weeks. We will be coming to you with between 1 and 4 restaurants per day starting in July. We get to meet wonderful guys like this helping to feed and run our city. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Katie. We appreciate it.
See you guys. All right. That does it for us. we will see you guys next Wednesday for another live episode of Foodies and Friends on Fox 26. This is Katie Stone. See you guys.
Bye.
Beautiful.
All right, I'm having some more dessert.